Am I being too honest about my art career? This is something I've been thinking about lately. So the point of this channel was basically to document my journey of becoming a full-time professional artist, and I thought I would talk about my successes and also my failures, especially my failures, because I thought if I was just being more genuine and realistic of what it actually takes to become a pro in the difficult industry of art and design, then perhaps that would be useful to someone. But perhaps also I'm just being too honest for my own good. I've been working as a part-time professional artist for years, but making it a full-time career has been a real struggle. I mean, in a sea of motivational, you can do it hustle culture and art YouTubers churning out masterpieces like it's nothing, or seeing most online artists offering quick fix tutorials, I thought, right, I need to stand apart. I need to be realistic about the journey and what is actually involved, at least from my own personal perspective. So when I posted 1,000 images on Instagram, but they didn't result in a commission or a sale, I wanted to say so. When I uploaded 100 videos to YouTube and still couldn't build an audience, I wanted to mention it. But does being this honest make you just look like a failure and not someone worth listening to? Or perhaps it's a good thing, perhaps other people are now going to feel less alone if they're struggling, they're not making it, and they can see that it's not just them. The trouble is, it's risky. I'm sacrificing any perceived credibility with companies looking to hire and customers looking to buy, and I'm not projecting myself as some big shot expert who's killing it and in high demand. And I worry that some people will get the wrong idea and think that I'm discouraging or demotivating them from even starting their own artistic journey. And also I'm going to have to deal with haters. So they're going to be people who haven't encountered sort of prolonged struggle over time, and they're not going to really understand the whole plight. They're going to think I'm just being defeatist, weak, unhelpful, looking for sympathy from others, or just generally complaining instead of solving a problem. And their response to that is going to be basically to shame me or to make out that I should just stop doing what I'm doing. And therefore, maybe I should just sort of project this positive image of myself, this persona that I'm just fine and everything's working out. You know, maybe that would be better for me, so far as gaining customers, and for an audience, so far as feeling like they can go off and do it too. And then perhaps I should just offer people the advice that they at least think they want, even if I ultimately know that it won't help them as much as they think that it will. However, here's the thing, most people that do actually stumble across my videos do like what I'm putting out there. They're quite complimentary and they kind of appreciate what I'm doing. People will actually say how nice it is to hear an acknowledgement of how difficult things are out there, or it feels like there's a sense of relief to know that they're not alone in, struggling with difficult, tough times. They find utility in truth and wisdom, and I always think if you know what's actually happening, what the reality of the situation is on the ground, then you're basically going to be better prepared for the journey ahead. So for now at least, I'll continue to offer a different perspective, to be the counterpoint to everyone else who's saying, yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it, or if you just do X, then you'll get the result you need, so just do X. And if there's an aspect of art or the business side of things that you've been struggling with too, let me know in the comments, and perhaps, we can discuss it in a future video. Until then, I'll see you next time. So yeah, part 2 now. So this is basically going to be me breaking down a few of the things that I've been doing over the last few months, just to be more specific about how the artistic journey is going. So like I say, I want to be honest here, and I want to talk about my successes and failures. And I think overall, the feeling is the last few months have been, I wouldn't say a complete disaster, but have been seriously difficult. It's been very difficult to get enough sales to, sustain a living, or to feel as though things are going in the right direction. So let me just break down a few things. So stickers, I talked about having gone to the effort to try making a few basic stickers not too long ago. I think in June I put a video out to say that I'd sold a single sticker online. Now the whole sticker thing, basically the point of that was I needed a small price point item to sell at comic conventions. And I thought, since I've got the items anyway, I might as well try them online and see how they go. So, I put them on websites like eBay, Etsy, Amazon, and my own personal website. And in July, I did actually sell 7 stickers. So yeah. Okay, there you go. There's a little something there. It's not like I've tried it and completely walked away empty-handed. August dropped a bit, only sold 3 stickers. The key sellers were the Junko fan art and Dr. Stone fan art. So those those two designs seem to be working out better for me. So far as art prints goes, yeah, that was better. So July, I sold 20 art prints. It includes mostly paper A3 sized, about this big paper prints. And then I sold a few much bigger, larger canvases as well, canvas prints. Again, anime fan art was the sort of go-to thing of choice. The most popular themes this time, again, Dr. Stone, Full Metal Alchemist, this sort of original anime girl with a little cat, and then this sort of sugar skull girl with a sand timer, which was sort of based on this sort of tattoo style that I developed a few years back when I was actually working as a tattoo artist. So, and then we come to t-shirts. So I don't keep an inventory of t-shirts. I basically order them and then get them sort of made and then sent off straight to the customers. So it's like made to order, print on demand. And yeah, in July I sold 5 t-shirts. In August, a single t-shirt. Best design, best seller there was the Freren, again, anime fan art. So, okay, few designs sold. I quite enjoy it. I quite like the whole process of, you know, taking a break from stressing about promotions and artwork and all that stuff, and just, going over to where I grab my prints and then packing them up, signing them, whatever, printing out postage labels. There's something quite satisfying about just making, you've got the order in. There's a bit of a sigh of relief. It's money in the bank, and at that point, it's then just going through the process of packing up. It's I find it quite therapeutic. So what else has been going on last few months? So I applied to the 2 MCM Comic Cons, one in London, one in Birmingham at the end of the year. I'd already done one of the other MCM Comic Cons in May. Now the MCMs in the UK, they're the biggest UK comic cons. So if you're into video games, comics, anime, films, stuff like that, that is where people go. That is where 100,000 plus people will go, especially in London, if they want to engage in pop culture, geek culture, that kind of stuff. And for several years, I've always had a table at these shows. The shows are vetted, so you have to, in order to get a table within the Artist Alley, you have to submit your application, website link, so people can see what your work's like, and if they like your work and they feel that it's different enough from everything else at the show, then they'll give you table space. This was the first year where I actually haven't been awarded table space, which was disappointing, despite people coming over to my table and saying stuff like, wow, this is the best stuff at the whole show, out of the 300-400 people selling artwork at the show, your stuff's the best. And I don't necessarily agree with them that my stuff's the best, but I'll take the compliment. But yeah, it was weird. I kind of felt like I think I deserved a spot. I'm not necessarily saying I'm in the top 10% of exhibitors at these kind of shows. I'm sure there's people with a lot more clout and technical ability than me. But yeah, it was disappointing to not get a show, because it basically means that there's thousands of pounds which I knew would be contributing towards this year's income, which I'm now no longer going to get. So that worries me. It worries me so far as not getting that income, and obviously worried so far as the fact that, t-shirt print and those kind of merch sales online have also taken a massive hit. And, I'm now getting perhaps 70% less than I was this time 4 years ago, so far as something like art prints goes. Worrying times, but I guess I was lucky such that at least I had the convention to fall back on at the beginning of the year, which made me a little bit of money. So art promotion, especially for when we're talking about this game Total Blast, 2-player head-to-head card game that I've been working on. So I thought what I would do in order to promote this game would be to daily post character artwork from the game. So this is going to be a tangible card game. And I thought, okay, let's focus on character art. It's a bit more interesting than something like a potion or a crate or a box, like card art from one of those cards. And the whole point was basically to try and convert people to email sign-ups, because I basically need 500 people to buy the game, to pre-order the game, so that I can go ahead and get it manufactured in China. That's my minimum. I need those 500 people, and until I've got at least 500 on the email list ready to go, ready to say, yeah, we're interested, I can't do that. Unfortunately, despite posting on all my social media platforms, nothing was really getting a lot of interest. In fact, like I have 20 followers on Blue Sky social media platform, and compared to all my other platforms like Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, X, which have a combined 65,000 followers, Blue Sky still got more engagement and interactions than all of that did combine. What does that tell us? Social media is dead, especially for me. I mean, I don't know really what to do about it. It's insane. So yeah, in the end result after posting was 0 new subscribers to the email list so far as my game goes. And maybe there's things I could do to improve that. I mean, it's just sending someone away to an email list without offering anything. It's not like I'm saying, oh, if you sign up to my email list, I'll give you a free whatever. So I appreciate it's maybe a bit of an ask, but yeah, I thought it'd be more than 0. So it was a bit of a waste of time, really. And if ever I am to post on any more of my social media platforms, it's got to be just something better than artwork. My artwork just isn't cutting it anymore, and I'm sure I'm not the only one in this position. So a bit worrying. I kind of got to the point where platforms like Tumblr or Pinterest, it's like, so far as a way to promote my art goes, those platforms are dead. No one's really engaging with anything I post. It just feels like even if I'm just copy and pasting what I would otherwise post on like Instagram to Tumblr, even that 5 minutes of just copy and pasting onto another platform, onto Tumblr, it's a waste of time. I just don't think anyone's really seeing my posts or don't really care. Picture posts generally seem like a dead end now. So now what have I got? I've got YouTube. How's YouTube going? So I've been posting these videos weekly, kind of just talking about the artist journey, the artist struggle, because as you can tell, still struggling, trying to just be honest with what's going on, trying to find other people that kind of relate to the whole issues with trying to promote yourself as an artist online. So good that I'm doing the consistency thing. I'm keeping the weekly video coming out, even if it's something quite easy to do, something like this where it's just a talking head, basically. And the channel has grown slightly in terms of typical viewers and subscribers. So this time 5 months ago, I'd get typically 20 to 50 views on a video. Now it's closer to sort of 100 to 200. So that's something. We're still not getting the big numbers, the big sort of 5-figure view counts for most of the videos. So is what it is. It's grown slightly, and like I say earlier in this video, I'm going to continue, I think, with this sort of being open and honest about the struggles and my observations, and it doesn't paint me in a very good light. I'd love to just put the video out that says, this is how I sell 200 art prints a month, and this is how you can do it too. That'd be great. I'm sure that is what people would love to hear, but the reality is it's not easy. It's not that easy, and I think I can be more use just being the counterpoint to anyone that says it is. So that's kind of what's going on in the artistic journey. That's a bit of a breakdown for me. It's stuff is happening, not as much as I hoped, and this week I've even started considering finding an employed job. So I've started actually applying for jobs, job vacancies, to see if there's the potential to just stop the whole freelance endeavour that I've been doing for just so many decades now, basically, and to see if I can just forget the struggle and just rely on someone else to get the work, bring it to me. That will have its own set of problems, and we'll see how that goes. But for now, that's how it is. Sorry about these weird banding lines going on the video. I don't know what that's about. The camera's just going a bit weird. But yeah, thanks for Thanks for joining me as I've explained the struggle. And so now, yeah, that's where I'm at. You know, like I say, you know what's going on in the actual life of an artist who is working at least part-time professionally. So you can see that, yeah, okay, this guy's selling stuff, he's making some money, but he's not able to sustain a full career out of his passion just yet. We'll see if things change in the future. So anyway, thanks for hearing me out, and I'll see you again in a future video.